It's your girl, Professor Cinephile, and I'm back with a review of a movie I wasn't actually thinking about seeing. I saw the advertisements and I was like, it didn't really move me much, but why not? I'm an AMC Stubs Premiere member. I get 3 films a week. Why not? I went to see No Evil, right? The premise is pretty basic, so let's just dig into it. Spoiler alert, you know what it is. I do talk about things that happen within the film, so if you don't want it ruined, come back to this after you've seen the film. All right, so we start out with a couple, husband and wife, and they have a child, and they've moved from the United States to London because the father had a job lined up that was like going to be really awesome, and the mother packed up her career basically and went with him to support his dreams and his goals. She struggled with, getting her foot off the ground in London, but she was all there for him. Then what ends up happening, he loses the job. So now they're in a situation within their relationship where there's tension, right? Most marriages either, they fall apart usually due to infidelity, financial reasons, and stuff related to the kids, right? So they were struggling, and it's clear that there's tension between them, but they're still trying to get that spark back, right? So they take a vacation, they go to Italy, and that's where they meet another couple and a child who are also there, and they get to know them. They start hanging out with them. The father, the husband and father of the first couple, he is looking for excitement, and he sees this other couple as being exciting, so he's drawn to them, right? The second couple, they extend an invitation like, hey, you know what? Why don't your family come visit us on the countryside at some point? And you're welcome. So fast forward, they've gone back to London. I can't really tell. It seems like it's a few months later, but not quite sure. Maybe a couple of, I don't know. But they decide to go and visit this family. So they take the long drive out there. They arrive when it's dark because they kind of get lost. This place is completely secluded. There's no like street names or anything. And so you already know it's setting up for some foolishness. And I just gotta say that I do love my white nonsense films. Like, and what I consider a white nonsense film or a show is just when white people do ridiculous things and you're just like, oh my gosh, if you had a half an ounce of common sense that those of us who are not white seem to be born with, you wouldn't be in these situations, right? You wouldn't find yourself in a situation that could possibly cost you your life. That is why I enjoy watching this because I'm like, oh, you guys are stupid as hell. But anyway, okay. So we're moving through. I would say that it's a little bit slow in the beginning, but I think that the pacing is actually necessary so that we can really understand, the relationship between the first husband and wife, and their child. The daughter has like, super anxiety from the move. She's attached to like, she's got this bunny that she's attached to, and, she'll have a meltdown if she doesn't have this bunny. And this plays out in the film. Damn near cost them their life over a damn bunny. Anyway, so they go and they visit and everything seems cool, but then some weird things start happening and they start thinking, you know what? Something ain't right with this family. And maybe we shouldn't be here. And so the children are connected. And what's interesting is that the boy, the son of the other couple, they say that he has some medical condition where he can't like really speak. And, we find out it's because his tongue has been cut out and that's why he can't speak. He's not stupid. He's not medically whatever. So he's trying to give the little girl signs. He lifts up his shirt, shows that he's been abused. He tries all these different ways to like convey to her that something is wrong. What we end up finding out is that this couple are serial killers and they lure families in, right? Meeting them, encountering them in certain spaces. They lure them in and they steal their money before killing them. And then they take their children and then they swap the children out. And then the child that they pretend is their kid is actually another couple's kid, and they have that child and they use that child as a way to bait people in. And there's a scene in this where it just reminded me how different a world white people live in versus us. uh, the serial killer lady, she's they're forcing the mom to transfer the money, and you're looking at the account and it says the balance is like $285,000. But these people were just lamenting and scared about what their future was going to be because he didn't have his job. His job fell through and her PR work wasn't taking off. You have over $250,000 in your checking account. What the hell are you worried about? Like, white nonsense. This whole film is about white nonsense, okay? So they, transfer the money, they're about to kill him, whatever. So they're able to work their way out of it. I just thought it was interesting because it seems like the serial killer like couple aren't very good at being serial killers. Like, I feel like they fumbled quite a bit and it just didn't align with this idea that they had done this over and over and over and over again. Like, there's a scene where the boy is showing their daughter, here's these pictures, make the connection. You see these kids, the next kid, they're in the next thing and the next thing. So, and so she takes pictures with her phone and goes, runs, tells the mother, lets her know. And the mother's like, all right. Because she was the one who was leading it the whole time. She was like, we need to get out of here. The husband, feeling like he wants some excitement or whatever, was telling her, oh, you're being too worried, whatever, blah, blah. She's like, no, mother, like, we have to get out of here. These people are crazy. I don't want to be here. And he doesn't listen to her. And so she finally is just like, we got to make a plan to get out of here. Father's about to have a meltdown. I was like, yo, is this like some feminist joint? Because like they're showing this man as so weak, right? And the mother is the one that is strong. She's kind of badass. She really was. She was like, get it together. Stop it. And I was just like, yo, son, you are so weak. You are not showing up for your family. And it really didn't have, to me, much to be about being a man or versus being a woman. You're a father, you're a husband, and you're sitting here like melting down and screaming, like a child when you need to be getting your stuff together. And so the woman ends up taking the lead in this. And she's the one who basically is able to save their family with her quick thinking and her survival skills. She immediately finds this box cutter and slides it into her pocket. Like, she's thinking about these things. And I wonder if that is a commentary on like how women have to be prepared all the time for these kinds of things. So if that's what they were going for, I appreciate that. So, the film kind of moves through and, they are able to get out. Some things just didn't make sense to me. One of the things was like, if you are feeling like your lives are in danger and your daughter left her stuffy there, so what? Why would you turn back to go and get it? That's white nonsense, okay? I would have driven and my daughter could have had all the meltdown in the freaking world. I would not care. We are getting out of here. I will get you another toy. You will learn. I'll throw you in therapy as soon as we get back. I'll have them reprogram your brain. We are not going back to them crazy people. So that was stupid. That didn't make sense. And then I didn't understand the connection with the money situation because she transferred the money over before they were about to kill them. And then they end up escaping, but you don't see anything about how they're getting their money back. I can only assume that maybe they'll go to the bank and say, hey, we were held up and robbed or what have you, give us our money back. But and hopefully the bank would see that as suspicious, but they didn't really explain that. And then I was just curious, okay, so what are you going to do with this boy, right? His parents have been killed. Are you going to take him in? Whatever. It kind of ends with them just driving away. So, I would want to know more about what happens next because this is a very not smart couple. I don't understand. The father is an absolute bumbling fool. And the mother seems a little bit sharper, but it just didn't make sense to me that they would go back to this house that they just escaped from in the middle of the night, the early morning parts. They snuck out and they drove away. And she's like, I forgot Happy. Well, the hell with Happy. Girl, we about to die. That didn't make sense to me. Anyway, I'm going to give this one 3 hearts. It's enjoyable. You can watch it, very casual, nothing deep, nothing whatever. It wasn't too scary, wasn't really gory or what have you. Kind of a cool thriller to catch up. Very, like I said, a slower pace in the beginning, doesn't require too much thinking. Yeah, so I'll give it 3 hearts. It wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst. So if you're looking for something that's a little like more in the psychological and there's serial killers, definitely go ahead and watch this film. All right, thank you all so much. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with people that want some film reviews. Right, come on over and join me, Professor Cinephile. Take care.